in-person questions first, and then we will go to Zoom.
So,
You've talked a lot about your team coming out in losses with not the right energy, and tonight it seemed like they did come out.
yeah, we did.
Well,
Mhm.
so what was the catalyst for the switch in energy and just their inability to stay in the game?
I think sometimes adversity gets to you when stuff is not going your way. Like, I'm a hated guy in the league, I know. And so a lot of things are not going to go our way because I'm going to get picked on. And I just didn't like it. I hate it, actually. And it's just something that the team that I coach has to deal with. And it's not fair to them. So we'll battle. But a lot of the stuff, I just didn't think it was the same both ways. So I'll leave it at that.
Taylor got 13 minutes tonight. It seemed like there was one play specifically where you were super pleased with her on defense. Can you just speak to what you
just the effort? They made a hard shot over the top of her, but her effort was like really, she was intense. She was intentional in everything that she did defensively. And, that's the kind of energy that we need, especially coming off the bench.
And then I already think I know what your answer is going to be on this because we've kind of asked you this over the last few weeks quite a few times. But just again another experience of reuniting with one of your championship players. What's
it was
the
great.
Experience like?
That's why I was late to the press conference. I just got through talking to her kids and stuff like that. And talking to her family. So it was great seeing her, but it is what it is.
Is there are you pleased with the fact that now that all is behind you, all the reunions are behind you?
I don't care.
Don't care either way?
No.
Okay.
Carly Bell on Zoom. Carly.
Hey, Coach, is this a game that when you guys come back and you have film, when you're looking back at it, do you watch the film or are there things that you can actually take away from Las Vegas's ability to expose some parts of your offense?
Like how?
Or excuse me, expose some parts of your defense. I apologize.
Like how?
I'm sorry, Coach, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
Like how we'll watch the game. I always watch the film. So we'll see some things and we'll correct them. But some stuff is not in our control. Like some stuff isn't in our control. Like substitution patterns and stuff like that when people are out of the game and you allow them to come back in when they're supposed to be out. Or when marginal contact is marginal contact on one end. Like it's some of the stuff we can't control. So we'll watch the film, we'll fix the stuff that we can fix, and but that's what we always do.
And then just a quick follow-up to kind of have also a little bit of a break this week with 4 days off before your next game after, relatively rough road trip. Is that kind of nice to be able to hit a reset button before your next contest?
Yeah, it wasn't a rough road trip. It was a good road trip. So we got to learn a lot of things. But the fact that we played four games in 8 days, and now we have 4 games in 2 weeks, it gives us some practice time to kind of get some players more involved and kind of, fix some things that we saw this weekend. So that's why I didn't think it was a rough road trip. We learned a lot about our group, and we'll come back a lot better in the next game.
Thank you.
Last one for Coach. Steven, please. Steven, unmute.
Hey, Coach. I have my first of 2 questions is going to come on the defensive side of the ball. So it seemed like you guys had a lot of moments and sequences where you stuck to the defenders and you got a solid contest and you just knocked down some tough twos late in the shot clock. How do you kind of coach your players to keep working through that with the defensive process, understanding that you're where you're supposed to be?
But we told them before the game they're going to make some tough shots, and we just have to stay at it. I mean, I'm okay with those shots over the top. What I'm not okay with is the backdoors or no pressure on the ball and us not helping each other and us not, executing the defensive schemes. I think those are the things that led to them shooting the 59% that they shot. But the contested shots and shots over the top of us, we were pretty good at those. those. You know, they made a lot of shots at the buzzer, which I thought we played 24 seconds of great defense. They just made a contested shot. They're not going to score 93 points if we defend like that. But we just have to be disciplined and focused on that end of the floor a little bit more than we were on the offensive end.
And then my last question is going to be on the offensive side. So just kind of looking at some of Vegas's games earlier in this season, it seems like you guys had advantages that you could create out of pick and roll. What was your assessment of your play in that specific offensive context today?
Well, I thought that we started off pretty good, and I thought we kind of got undisciplined in the things that we wanted to look for. You know, and you know, it's just the game. If you can keep this game simple against them, I think you'll be able to score. I thought they didn't really stop us. I thought we stopped ourselves, and we had some unforced errors that we'll want to clean up. You know, we had 13 turnovers that led to 23 points. If you turn it over against them, they're going to run. Other than that, they're not. And so that allowed them to get uncontested layups, 2-on-1 breaks, 3-on-2 breaks. But you know, hopefully we can take care of the ball, especially since they're not as aggressive in pick and rolls like other teams are.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll go to in-person questions for Marina.
I can leave.
Yep.
You want something?
What's up, Marina? I just asked James this too, but in your guys' previous losses, you talked about you being off to start the game and like falling back in fields, but that didn't seem like the problem today. You guys came out strong. So what shook you up? What took you out of your game?
I think we let them have like a huge run in the first half. I forget when it was, but the turnovers to easy layups, that's going to hurt against the Aces for sure.
And then James kind of just talked about it, but you know, they go on scoring runs, and then it seems like you guys are kind of trying to like get back into the game and maybe force things instead of running your guys' sets, running your offense as you maybe normally would. Is that accurate, or do you feel like you still, you know, ran what you wanted to?
I think like it's natural when teams go on really long runs, people try to get it back and maybe they take a quick shot or something like that. So we can totally look at that and see where we can clean that up. But it's tough when you're not getting any stops and then you try to come down and play the half court set. It's hard. So for us, I think we like to get out in transition and move the ball around and stuff. So it's better for us when we get stops rather than give them easy, wide open layups from turnovers, and then they can set their defense and the momentum's in their favor.
Steven on Zoom. Steven.
What's going on, Marina? It seemed like today you scored a handful of buckets in pick and roll play specifically. Obviously, the Aces have a handful of versatile bodies that play different coverages. Can you just kind of take us through your reads and how you kind of process the game and figuring out where to get your shots off in that specific context?
They played a lot of drop coverage, so the elbows were open. But just kind of moving the ball back and forth probably would have been a little bit easier for us to get the second, third actions, make them work a little bit more, but also taking care of the ball was the main issue.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Marina. All right, Carly Bell, you can go ahead.
Hey, Ka. After kind of a long road stretch recently, on the road back home and then on the road on the West Coast, how nice is it to kind of have 4 days off for this team to kind of hit the reset button after 2 straight losses?
It's good. Played a lot of games. Last 2 were tough. So, I mean, you basically said it. It's just going to be good to get back home, rest, really be able to practice and find our flow with things.
You guys signed Kahleah and Taylor on Friday, and then Taylor got some minutes today. You saw him a little bit on Friday as well. But what do you see from them that they can contribute to this team, especially your guys' defensive identity?
Taylor is a high energy kid, great communicator, everything you want in a rookie. And she's just trying to find her way. She wants to learn. She wants to get better. She's a competitor. So you respect that. So as long as we're bringing in people that complement what we do and how we do things as far as culture. So I think they're great pieces.
Looking back at these past 2 games, it looks like it was turnovers was your biggest issue. How do you guys address that moving forward this week before Thursday?
It starts with me. I had 5 terrible turnovers. We got to get our spacing down, and we got to play pass and catch with each other, and I don't know, just like really lock in on making decisions quicker too.
Would you say then it's kind of also a mental reset for you guys this week, and as well as physical?
Yes.
And then as you got to play against Candace today, did you get to talk to her after the game, have a moment with her, and she say anything to you that you want to take forward moving through this season?
She's standing outside the door waiting for me, so I'm gonna talk to her as soon as we finish up here.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Kai. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kahleah. All good.